Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Where's the weather at, man? Is it in Oklahoma? I could have added weather to that title. Where's everybody at? Welcome back. Welcome back for the ones that come back. Welcome back. I don't know. Maybe notifications didn't go out. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe YouTube ain't liking my titles. I don't know. Let's get Miss Meg started up. Breaker 19 for a radio check. Radio check, radio check. Is anybody after?
Rick said it's working.
There we go.
Said philosophers have been asking that question for centuries.
So, I guess you could tell by the title, we're not rail fanning. Our load was ready. Believe it or not, man. So with that being said, all aboard. Let's roll, hobos. Did you guys get notifications or no? Y'all gonna play the silent treatment on me, huh? See how you are.
Amber. Said I did.
You did?
Rick.
I know.
Said I don't have mine on Bobby cause it's not my phone.
Oh.
Landon Auguster. Said let's rock.
Well, let's rock and roll, man. We'll leave everybody else in Friona. How about it? What time is it? 6:40. Don't have a whole lot of daylight time.
Rick. Said my laptop won't fit in my pocket.
Dang it, man. So we'll have to stop up here in Hereford
Cliff 357.
and weigh it.
Said hey Bobby.
Cliff, how you
Molly
doing?
Davis. Said hello again Bobby.
Welcome back, Molly.
Buddy Reed.
Amber,
Said
Buddy,
hello Bobby
Rick,
and the Misfits.
Landon,
Optimism works.
Wampus Cat. I don't remember who else it was in here, if anybody else. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Taco Express.
Rick.
Lord have mercy.
Said 71,000 pounds.
71,000. It'll be about 30 minutes before we get to weigh it, so give or take.
Brandon Karstensen. Said good evening all. Hope today is going well.
Is it
Another
going pretty
dusty
good?
one today boy, I tell you haha.
It was
Alice
dusty
Usher.
back there at the pickup.
Said hi Bobby.
Alice, Brandon, how y'all
Edward
doing?
S. Said quick turnaround.
It was pretty quick, yeah. It was ready, so. And it wasn't a hard spot looking for the trailer. It was like the
Said
sixth
Bobby,
trailer.
I found out the news on my grandmother when I got home from work.
Did you? I didn't catch the news. Milk House Market. Huh.
Swamp goes.
Swamp goes.
Said figured you'd be counting trains tonight.
Nah, they had it ready, man. That was the reasoning why they sent me on the short run from Clovis back to Albuquerque and then back to Friona today, because I guess
Right.
the loads that they had
Said
wasn't due to
hi,
pick
Amber.
up till today. I know the original load that they give me wasn't due to pick up till today, and it might have even got canceled. Dang it. That thing looked like that was open.
Amber. Said hello Rick.
double stack
Molly
sitting over
Davis
there.
said Bobby, her heart is slowing down and they think it will be 1 to 2 days before she passes.
10 for a man. Bless her heart.
Alice Usher said, hi Amber. Rick said, Bobby, that short today was awesome.
Well, thank you. I need to go to do what I think it was Santiago was talking about, just making I don't know who it was. It might have been Texar. Whoever mentioned making the little video out of the pacing it.
Molly Davis said, hi Amber. Amber said, Alice. Molly Davis
I'll do it in the next
said,
day
hi
or two.
Alice. Rick
3
said,
engine
Molly, I'm
last
so sorry to hear that, bless her heart.
and we
John
got
Eagle Dad
7013 on points.
Brandon Karstensen said domestic intermodal to the right. JV Hunt trailers seem to be domestic mostly. John the Beagle Dad said, how long are you going, Tommy T?
How long am I gonna be on this string? A few hours.
Said Molly Hugs.
We got a few drivable hours.
Alice Usher said, hi Molly. Molly Davis said, thanks everyone. John the Beagle Dad said, no all-nighters lately.
I don't like doing the all-nighters. I mean, I'll do them, but I don't like to though. I do them when I have to. That's about it. I don't do them if I don't have to do them. This is what I'm thinking as far as distance wise. May not even drive out of Texas tonight, maybe. May stop at that one big rest area that's about 20 miles from the Texas state line. Or I may stop at Surrey, Texas, or Oklahoma. I like to say Sayre, but we got looks like a auto rack sitting up here. Yeah. 3 engine lash up.
One scuba dude said, pump up the volume, let's get this party started, party face. Rick said, all-nighters suck at screws, his drive time comes, then he has to wait an amount of time before he can drive again.
7437 on point. GM train, General Manifest. Auto racks, tankers, grainers, and more. I think it was 7437 on point with it. Only 2 trains passed by while I was there, so I don't know if I just got it done quickly, got the dropping hook done quickly, or if the tracks just ain't as busy right now.
Brandon Karstensen said, must be switching dispatchers. Rare to see trains stopped on the main line like that. Molly Davis
He's on the side of my
said,
thing.
but I'm at peace knowing she's not suffering. WYOBT said, Jeetsy Bobby.
Jeetsy.
Just saw the train horn short.
Heck yeah.
Too cool.
Right on. I stuck the microphone up next to the window.
Said, hiya Brandon.
Which give it a...
Henderson said, do you do carnival ride loans?
Carnival wide loads? No, I do reefer runs. That's
Bobby
it.
Clover 1 said the tariff have reduced traffic by about 78%.
No, this...
WYOBT said scuba light blue hard hands.
What was I saying?
Rick
Dang it.
said, no wonder there are 5 engines pulling these trains. They are so long.
Oh yeah. I stuck the microphone up next to the window window. And I used to do that with the DJIs, and it didn't really have that bad of a wind noise. That one, I know not to do that again. It had a little bit of wind noise to it, kind of crackling. I mean, it still sounded pretty good, but could have been better.
Molly Davis said, hey WYO. Chad Durkewitz said, is Bucksy's really anti-trucker? Brandon Karstensen
You can't park
said,
there.
hey WYO. Hope all is well today.
You can't park your truck there now. As far as walking up, that was just a joke, I think.
Said no snarfing.
That was just joking, the walking up part. But yeah, they are
Said
anti-truck.
hello Molly.
They absolutely will not let an 18-wheeler park on their lot, except for delivery trucks. That's it. No matter if you're pulling up trying to get fuel or just pull. And if you're driving,
Said the horns in the short were perfect. It was so cool they played with you.
even if you're driving a semi
Said, why
without,
do they not allow trucks to park there?
if you look on,
WYOBT said we call it Boosie's here.
yeah, it's Boosie's here. If you look on a couple of my shorts, the nasty parking lots of truck stops, they don't want their parking lots looking like that, you know. And then they don't want trucks parking there and not coming in and buying stuff.
Molly smiling face with 3 hearts, people hugging, have extra Chester Ranch fries for you.
They want their parking available for people that's coming in, getting stuff, and getting out. That's what they want. They want that parking lot to turn around, not sit down.
LLK 517 said good evening for the second time today.
Welcome back.
WYOBT said yum scoop yes please.
Even bobtails they don't
said,
allow.
LOL, there is a town on the Texas-Oklahoma state line called Texola.
Yeah,
Chapter
Texola.
Cubes said Phoenix just got its first Bucksies.
We went through
Molly Davis
Texaco earlier.
said thank you Scuba. One Scuba dude said dang it, how did that you get in there LOL. WYOBT
How did that you get there?
said LLK Jeetsy. Emmer Jervis
LLK.
said good evening everyone.
Good evening.
Molly Davis said Bobby to let you know I didn't fall on my walk home.
Right on.
LLK 517 said hello WYO. Rick said they must not be worried about the money they are losing not having that bussiness. Burger Boss said gotcha.
No, you
Chad
didn't.
Durkewitz said where are you now? Looks like Oklahoma.
Friona.
Right.
We're in Friona, man. We haven't made it out of Friona yet. Just a friendly reminder, if you've not got that thumbs up button yet, smash it, mash it, punch it, kick it, lick it. We do not care how you do this. Stop swearing on it.
Said what is the allocation? Brandon Karstensen
What's the what?
said y'all smash that like button if you haven't yet. Showing 67 thumbs up for me so far.
The dirty 30's
Chapter
always here.
Cubes said what state is that in LOL, never heard of it. LLK 517 said someone mentioned Texola. There is a Texarkana. Is there a Texaco and Texasiana?
There is a Texaco. We went through Texaco on the last
said,
stream.
LOL Bobby, I hit enter just before you said that. Rick said I was number 2.
Number
Edward
2,
S.
right on. Double stack.
Said elevation. Chad Durkewitz
Elevation 3,969. Yeah, Mexicali in California.
Said Chad clearly did not punch the light sheet.
3-engine lash up, 3987 on point.
One Scuba dude said have one thing to say to me, this popcorn can't touch this. Me
Can't touch this.
said good morning from Albuquerque.
Good morning,
Number
mate.
71.
Number 71.
LLK
Let's go.
517 said oh my, there has to be a Texasiana then. LOL. Big Cheek Henderson said hey my dude, if you don't do carnival rides, that's great, but I'm just wondering if you do.
No.
Chad Durkewitz
I don't do carnival
said
rides.
I always press the like
should have a Texarado.
Said Texas,
Texarado.
Colorado. Chad Jerkewitz.
Texarado.
Said I lost connection for a good minute and my message didn't read haha.
Dang it.
Edward S.
Well, it probably did read. You
Said,
just
what is
didn't
a
hear.
carnival load? Rick. Said, be you ready?
What's a carnival load? I take it that
Me. Said 2.
the people that transport the carnival rides is what I'm guessing. Or that's what I'm figuring anyway, not guessing. That's what I'm
Chad Jerkewitz.
taking it as.
Said Texas borders Arizona for like 1 millimeter. Not even kidding.
1 millimeter. Dang it, man. 8 miles to Hereford. There's another double stack. A lot of trains sitting right now. It must be lunchtime for the trains.
Me. Said yes. Ready. Chad Jerkewitz. Said I meant to say Colorado, not Texas. I screwed up.
Dang it,
One
man.
scuba dude. Said WIO, I got 2 meds to take, 1 for 5 days only. If still hurting Monday, doctor will do the injection in back of the head. Rick. Said nice me. Chad Jerkewitz. Said Colorado borders Arizona for 1 millimeter.
Oh, me get to that little shit.
Said
Thank you.
thanks for following.
That is awesome.
Said yay me and Rick.
Rick, gifted out a membership. Thank you. That is awesome. And thanks for following. I didn't catch that name because I was doing the thanks for gifts. I don't know who that was, but thanks for following. We appreciate it.
Said be you ready?
Here comes another train. Man, is that a short train? Look how little that thing is. He is moving. Damn.
LLK 517.
3164 on
Said
point.
want to really get mine, Bobbo geographically. Look up the Kentucky bend and a town called Carter Lake, Iowa. Big T. Said big train to the right.
Cyber. Is it cyber? Is that what I said? I don't know.
Said good show, Rick. Rick. Said nice meet.
Dang. Did y'all do some more gifts? Lord have mercy. Y'all are busting the windows out with gifts. Let's go. Thank you. That is awesome.
WIOBT. Said okay scuba, really hoping it helps you hard hands. Rick. Said be you ready? Brandon Karstensen. Said all that explains why the other train's been stopped.
Yeah.
That was the
probably.
local doing its local switching work.
Yeah.
Howdy doody. Said howdy Bobby and everyone.
Howdy doody. How you
Big
doing?
T. Said does the alien still travel with you?
Yeah, he's over here in the passenger side right now. Up front with me. Dang it. Rick gifted out a membership and me gifted out 5 memberships. Y'all are freaking awesome, man. Thank you. Busting out the windows with gifted memberships. Thank ya.
Me. Said good show, Rick. Geo79. Said hello, everyone.
Gio, how
Cal
you
10.
doing?
Said hard man to catch today. Brandon Carson.
Who, me?
Said dang me and Rick going ham today.
They are going ham. Dang it, Rick gifted out another one. Look at that. Thank you, man.
Said sorry, good show, Rick. Said LOL, you had to do 5 LOL. Cal 10.
You had to do
Said
5.
yes, sir, but I've been busy.
Been busy today.
Geo79. Said 80 miles per hour wind gust at Santa Rosa, NF.
I'm glad we're not there. I wonder what the wind gust was coming through in between Santa Rosa and
Shauna Rock. Said cello phones. King of Vic 7.
Fort Sumner today.
Said nice to see some greenish.
That was some rough
Said
winds. Who's that, Shauna?
7.
How you doing?
Said nice one, Rick and me.
Shauna rocks. Oh, Shauna Rock.
Shauna Rock. Said Said good show, Rick.
Thank you. That is
Said again, Rick.
awesome.
LOL. Susan S. or Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Said nice, Rick. Geo79. Said probably 40 miles per hour.
That's what I'm thinking. It's probably 40.
Said love yummy. King of Big 7. Said they putting on a green Misfits marathon.
I reckon they
One
are.
scuba dude. Said we still can't touch this LOL.
Wrapping up the house in
King of Big
green.
7. Said way to push.
Green wallpaper at the
Cal 10.
right along game.
Said Biscuit. Brandon Karstensen. Said hey Susan. How are you today? Shauna Rock. Said so what do you GE with a membership? Shauna Rock. Said get.
What do you get?
Said Rick, you awesome and stuff.
Well, you get
Sorry,
access
but
to
Susan is
emojis
awesome.
and you get access to
Train
members-only
fan.
videos.
Said hello Susan S.
And when we do
Geo79.
member-only chat,
Said
you get access to
51
that.
miles per hour. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said howdy Brandon. She'd see. Rick. Said I love green, it's money, get her done. Susan S.
Get
or
her
Biscuit.
done.
Said hi you misfit.
All right, everybody that wants to put guesses in, we're fixing to pull off here and weigh this load up. Throw your guesses in now. Or you can wait till after we come off the scale, whichever one you want to do. However you like it.
WYOBT. Said Susan. Rick. Said 71,000. 901. Susan S. or
Perfect
Biscuit.
population, 14,900.
1,150. Cal Tim. Said 74,600.
I'm with Cal 10.
One scuba dude. Said it's heavy. Geo 79.
74 is my
Said
thoughts.
75.000. Molly Davis. Said 73. Cal 10. Said are we on Starlink?
Yeah, we're on Starlink. If you're on
One
iPhone, you
scuba
can't
dude.
get it.
Said me wants to get him back and count the popcorn. Unknown. Said hi.
If you want to accept them whenever they're
Cal
handing
10.
them out,
Said click on the $.
you got to go where it says allow gifts underneath, where when somebody gifts one out, there's a box that'll pop up that says allow gifts.
Unknown.
Go turn that on.
Said how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. I don't know how you doing. I'm doing pretty decent anyway. We'll go with that. I'm doing pretty decent. 50-50 something. I don't know. I'm not great. I'm not terrible.
WYOBT. Said hiya Cal Tim. Unknown. Said good boy. Cal Tim.
And I'm going to put you
Said
guys on mute for
WYO.
just a second.
Me. Said scuba, I'm tossing popcorn out the back.
Excuse
In
me.
case we get lost, we can follow the popcorn trail back. Rick.
Right?
Said Bobby never right cause he ain't right. Buddy Reed.
You know the saying.
Said hello Tim. Cal Tim. Said half here, half there. Geo 79.
50-50.
Said hi WYOBT. Susan S.
Man, that train that's passing by right now, the double stack, had a CSX engine on it.
Said Susan got muted.
Oh, sandwiched in the middle. I tell you what, BT's been tearing them hearts up, man. I don't know who's been helping her, but she's been tearing them hearts up. We've been getting on the streams that she's here. We've been getting over 1,000 hearts per stream on the streams that she's here. I don't know who's helping her.
Said Meg cheating on Susan. Bad Meg. Riverside Life.
But dang it.
Said thanks for the gifted membership.
Congratulations on the 1 month's free membership. I'll be right back, y'all.
Cal Tim. Said Megany Meg and Eugene. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said the floaties. Misfit Train Fan. Said I. Me. Said you are welcome Riverside. Enjoy. WYOBT. Said Rick helps me faux show. High altitudes. Said Ragtown. Rick. Said WYO high. Brandon Karstensen. Said only 1K for the hearts. Well, you heard him everyone, those be rookie numbers. Let's pump it up LOL. Marlene STR. Said hi WYOGT. WYOBT. Said hiya Rick. Cal Tim. Said Meg don't like grits. WYOBT. Said yes SSSSS Brandon. Jamie Campbell. Said hey Susan have a great day. Alice Usher. Said hi Rick. WYOBT. Said hiya Marlene great to see ya. Rick. Said hi Alice. One Scuba Dude. Said WYO I did hearts and the party poppers. WYOBT. Said hiya Alice. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said thanks Jamie you too. Me. Said Rick. Good teamwork earlier. Jamie Campbell. Said I love you all. Cal Tim. Said I'll take Biscuit or Meg any day. Rick. Said me I love it thank you. Alice Usher. Said hi WYOBT. Josh C. Said the variety of scenery you've cut through today has been amazing. WYOBT. Said wish we had glitter bomb scuba. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said LOL Cal Tim. Me. Said sorry Rick. Didn't mean to one-up you. Brandon Karstensen. Said this raises a good question. What's the most abused button on the platform? Likes button. The little hearts. Makes you wonder. WYOBT. Said keep it up misfits. said Scuba Dude. Amber, said Scuba Dude, turn it up. Cal Tim, said this is the kind of Amber Alert I like. Brandon Karstensen, said AWH, he's not here for the boom, we have 107 LOL. Me, said me too Rick. King of Pick 7, said 108 boom. Lori G, said hey bear, hard hands people hugging. Amber, said way to go misfits. One Scuba Dude, said pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Rick, said it's okay Brandon, he will when he comes back. Amber, said hi Lori G heart hands. Lauren Order, said dang it I get here at the end. Me, said my counter stuck still. Brandon Karstensen, said good evening Lori. Alice Usher, said hi Lori G. Lori G, said hi Bobby and everyone. Marlene STR, said hi Lori G. King of Pick 7, said let's get to the chopper. Susan S. or Biscuit, said howdy Lori smiling face with 3 hearts. Rick, said Lauren we just started. Lori G, said hey Brandon. Jeetsy, King of Pick 7, said hi Lori G. Lauren Order, said did we just start? One Scuba Dude, said hello Lori smiling face with 3 hearts people hugging. Rick, said hi Lori. Me, said morning Lauren, just got weighed. You can jump on now. Me, said morning Lori G. Cal Tim, said hello Lauren. Texas Lady, said I see the tree blowing in the wind. Same here. Hello, been watching. Susan S. or Biscuit, said welcome Lauren. Lori G, said hi Alice. Marlene, King of Fix, Scuba. Amber, said 75,200. Cal Tim, said ha me. Me, said morning Texas Lady. Lauren Order, said you know as well as I do at me that it isn't morning for me. Brandon Karstensen, said I'll put a bet on 71,200 pounds roughly. Texas Lady, said good morning at me. Lori G, said hi Rick. Me, said Lauren, it's morning for me. Lori G, said hello me. Molly Davis, said hi Lori. Susan S. or Biscuit, said hey Tex Lady. Lauren Order, said whatever me. Buddy Reed, said hello Sheriff Lori. Lori G, said hi Molly. People hugging. Molly Davis, said hey Susan. Texas Lady, said hello at Susan S. or Biscuit. One Scuba Dude, said Lauren late because of the troll spray over spray. Buddy Reed, said hello Texas Lady. Lori G, said hi buddy. King of Pick 7, said LOL. Texas Lady, said hi at Buddy Reed. Buddy Reed, said she got sprayed. Misfit Train fan, said where is Bobby at now? Lauren Order, said yes Scuba I was huffing the troll spray LOL. Cal Tim, said hi at Texas Lady. Susan S. or Biscuit, said WB Molly. Alice Usher, said hi Texas Lady. Me, said Lauren got spayed. Texas Lady, said howdy at Cal Tim. Buddy Reed, said LOL. Lori G, said hi Susan. People hugging. Susan S. or Biscuit, said LOL. Gary Watson, said 78,600.
Did Meg go silent on y'all? Shame on her.
John the Beagle Dad said, "What is for dinner?" WYOBT said, "Boomerama boom."
Boom! You guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, are freaking awesome. Thank you so much
Said my TV is fixed, LOL.
for over 100 thumbs up right here at Drive Long Gang. Really do appreciate it.
Susan S. or Biscuit said, "Hey Beagle Dad."
Snatch some salt from the salty crew.
Said, "Did I miss Pooh Eye today?"
Butter up that popcorn.
WYOBT
Enjoy the rest of the ride. Now we do love the Misfits around here.
said, "Dude, looking for spilled popcorn."
How much do we love the Misfits? Freaking bunches. I was going to get me a cranberry juice in there and I couldn't spot one.
Said, "Hi Lauren, how was your nap?"
Then after I paid for everything,
Said, "Hi John the Beagle
I
Dad."
walked back to go to get my extra monster that I
Said
couldn't
the
carry.
guy going in circles was crop dusting outside his truck.
Oh Lord.
Buddy Reed
And
said, "Click it, lick it, or ticket."
then I seen it
Susan S.
when I went back to get that extra monster.
Said bunches.
Oh well, I'll find another one. Or I'll find one
Said
somewhere
fluffin'
else.
bunches, eyes pink heart shape. Lauren ordered.
So what we got on the weights
Said I
here?
didn't have a nap.
12,020 on the steers,
Said Wampus Cat gifted.
33,760 on the
Said
drives,
buckles up.
30,680 on the
Said
trailer,
Hiya King of Picks.
for a grand total of 76,460
Said Buddy it's nice to see you.
pounds.
RLT 78. Said 77,000.
Thank you, Wampus Cat, for gifting out a membership.
Said
That
hi Susan.
is
King of
awesome.
Picks. Said hi WYOBT.
So I got me some zucchini, fried
Said hello
zucchini.
Sheriff Lori. Me. Said unbuckle Susan.
I don't think I've ever had that
Lauren
before.
Order. Said hey RLT and JR. Geo 79. Said 75.000. Lori G. Said hi Ron. Susan S. or
So I
Biscuit.
got me an order of
Said
it.
hey JR. GC. Cal Tim. Said dang jump off Lauren. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hiya RLT. RLT 78. Said Lauren, Lori. King of Vic 7. Said sounds good Bobby. WYOBT. Said yum fried zucchini is so good.
Well, I'm gonna try
Eat
it.
it hot though.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I've
Susan
never
S.
had
or
them.
Biscuit. Said hey me. Marlene STR. Said trailer shouldn't blow around too much now.
No, it shouldn't blow around too much.
Said Susan. Buddy Reed. Said me. The udders got unbuckled down the road. Crystal Miller. Said I'm gonna try to grow me some of that this year zucchini.
Try to graze some zucchini this year. Heck yeah.
Said that's utterly ridiculous, buddy.
Utterly
Galiana Ronald. Said hello all. Lauren Order. Said it is the end of the day and I finally get to set the girls free LMAO. WYOBT. Said hiya RLT. King of Vic 7. Said let's get the chopper. Galiana Ronald.
Those are pretty good.
Said is nigh here. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hi Galiano. One scuba dude. Said howdy RLT. Crystal Miller. Said cows telling jokes now that's utterly ridiculous. Cal Tim. Said girls HMMNS. Galiana Ronald. Said hi Susan. RLT 78. Said hi WYO. Carl Johnson.
Alright, so,
Said Bobby, a southern boy like you haven't had fried zucchini. Lori G. Said hi Crystal.
I don't think I have.
RLT 78.
Not that I remember. I don't ever remember eating fried zucchini.
Susan S. or Biscuit.
Somehow or another, I'm in my 14-hour clock. How did that happen? So I had my unload, the drop and hook, went into Walmart, and then this here. Was there another extended? Oh yeah, I got fuel. Huh. I must be poking along today. Because it just don't seem like I should be in the 14-hour clock yet.
It apparently turns every TV in this house on and off, controls the volume and changes channels, but
What?
that's it.
What does?
Geo79 said hi Scuba-Doo. Rick said sorry Wampus Cat, I didn't see the gifted, I was away from the screen, nice job. Patty Rowe said hey y'all.
Patty, how you doing?
Scuba-Doo said hi Geo. Buddy Reed said unless you forgot to turn it off somewhere. Emerson said hello from New Zealand.
Emerson,
Crystal
how you
Miller
doing?
said this remote it's crazy. It does a couple things on every TV.
Does just a couple of things off
said
every
I finally
TV.
found the right remote though. Susan S. or Biscuit said hey Patty. Lauren Porter said hi Geo, Buddy Reed, Emerson, Crystal Miller.
Dang it. I forgot to get a fresh
Dennis
water.
McCannich said hi Bobby.
Dennis, how you
Alice
doing?
Usher said hi Patty Rowe. Patty Rowe said hey Susan. WYOBT said hello Emerson. Carol Pat said ha.
Welcome to the Ride Along Gang, Emerson.
Said hi Alice. Marlene STR said hi Patty. Brandon Karstensen said most useless universal remote I've ever heard of. LOL. Misfit Train Fan
25
said where you
Mile
headed
Avenue.
Bobby. Lori
Oh,
G
Misfit Train
Susan, I
fan
hope you are having
didn't
a
hit
good
the
day.
thumbs up button or read
Susan
the
S.
title.
or Biscuit
Shame
said
on
hi
you.
Emerson. WYOBT said hi Misfit, Dennis and Bambi too. One Scuba-Doo said WYO watch this. Patty Rowe said hi Marlene. Geo79 said Texaco TX. Rick said Bobby a reminder gummy and a leave if needed.
I
Emerson
should have took the leave too.
said I'd love to drive in the States, but it's really difficult for New Zealand citizens to obtain a visa. Susan S.
Is
or
it?
Biscuit said great day thanks Lori, hope yours was good too.
Look up the cartel,
Buddy
they'll
Reed
get you in here.
said how about that? Someone saying hello to me and has me blocked. Carol Pat said hide the toys. Lori G
How about that, baby?
said thank you Susan. Lori G said buddy. Gary Watson said fried squash / zucchini. Patty Rowe
I've had fried
said
squash.
you need to drink a lot of water, Bobby. Lori
Yeah.
G said hey
Is
Gary.
squash and zucchini the same
Susan
thing?
S. or Biscuit
Kind of tastes like
said
it.
face blue smiling buddy. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa said Lorigo G. How you doing?
Man, Smoke, how
Lauren
you doing?
Porter said Gary yup to both. RLT78 said hello buddy. Buddy Reed said I had to rewind to be sure of what I thought I had heard. I did. John Doma
Who was it?
said cattle haulers make the most. Rick
Make the most of
said LOL buddy.
That's not true. Cattle haulers don't make the most. There's others that make more. They make good.
King of Fix 7 said don't feel bad buddy, I'm blocked too. Lori G said well hello Bobo GC number 9. One Scuba-Doo said good afternoon Gary and Bobo. Crystal Miller said no, squash and zucchini are not exactly the same thing.
I didn't-
The zucchini is a type of squash.
I didn't think it was.
Zucchini
It kind of
is
has
a
a
specific
similar,
type
but
of summer squash. Gary Watson said hi at Lori G. Geo79 said hey Lori G. Texas Lady said hi Patty Rowe. Lori G. said hey Geo. Canadian Girl said hey everyone.
so everybody snuck back into the truck while I was out.
said
Dang it.
zucchini bread I like.
Canadian girl, how you doing?
Lauren Order said no. King of Fix 7 said I'm blocked by several.
Man,
King of Fix
somebody
7
painted a bird on that
said
train car.
zucchini is delicious.
It's good.
Gary
I like
Watson
it.
said same family.
Same family.
Crystal
Yep.
Miller said the term squash refers to a large family of plants within the cucurbitaceae family, which also includes pumpkins, gourds, and melons.
Wow.
King of Fix 7 said 131. Misfit Train Fan said I hit the thumb up a while ago.
Wow.
MTGC number
not gonna make it that
Patty
far
Rowe.
on this stream, but
Said hi, Texas lady. Lori G. Said hi, Canadian girl.
we might not even make it out of Texas on this stream.
Said I want block 2. Pick me. RLT 78. Said I like zucchini bread, but never ate it any other way. Susan S. or biscuit. Said I never know if I'm blocked. I can barely keep up with those that I can actually see and hear. Marlene STR. Said hi, Canadian girl. Canadian girl. Said hey, Lori G. Hand pink waving. Lori G. Said BT. Buddy Reed. Said LOL WYOBT. Crystal Miller. Said I should have become a botanist. Canadian
what?
girl. Said hey, Marlene. Hand pink waving. Jackie T. Said hi on everyone. Rick.
Jackie T, how you doing?
Said yes, Bobby, now we are overweight. Good thing you did it when you did.
Right.
One scuba dude. Said hello, pick 7. Me. Said WYO. Why me? I already have 2. RLT 78. Said heck, I'm blocked, buddy, no biggie. Lauren Porter. Said I learned something new about squash. You can eat the flower. Lori G. Said hi, Jackie.
There's a flower
T.
to it?
Pink waving. Jackie T. Said Canadian girl am also in Canada. Robert King. Said where you at now? Susan S. or
Hereford.
biscuit. Said hiya, Jackie T.
Hereford, Texas.
67. Said you know you blocked when you hear a ghost account but don't see it. Buddy Reed. Said hello, RLT. Less typing. Right. Geo 79. Said back to PA. King of
Yeah.
7. Said 133. Lori G.
33,
Said
let's
Bobo,
go.
I'm doing good, and you? Gary Watson. Said fried green tomatoes.
Oh man, I'd like to have those.
Said a Jackie, cool. I haven't lived in Canada for 20 years. RLT 78.
I hadn't
Said you got that right, buddy.
had a fried green tomato in
Crystal
a while.
Miller. Said LOL, a botanist, somebody that studies plants.
Ah, okay.
Susan S.
Gotcha.
or biscuit. Said LOL King.
Make it down
All I
into
hear
layman's
is
term
blah,
for
blah,
me.
blah from MEG. King of Pick 7. Said I got a helicopter to sell to those who blocked me. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Lori G. I am fine, better here. Brandon Karstensen. Said the flower itself on the vine. You can fry them up and eat them.
Huh.
King of Pick
Interesting.
7. Said face blue smiling Susan. Lori G. Said Bobo, it's great to see you today.
That just wasn't enough,
One
man.
scuba dude. Said squash got its name when someone stepped on it. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said how many train did saw it now on?
I don't know,
King
man.
of Pick 7.
I hadn't been
Said
counting
hello,
them trains.
scuba. Lori G. Said scuba. Jackie T. Said oh, LOL. Crystal Miller. Said LOL scuba dude. Canadian girl. Said a Jackie, I'm flying home to Toronto at the end of June to visit my family. Patty Rowe. Said the squash grows behind the flower, Bobby. As the squash
okay.
grows bigger, the bloom shrivels.
Oh,
Lori
huh.
G.
Interesting.
Said King of Picks. Me.
Interesting.
Said Scuba, how did popcorn get its name? Lauren Porter. Said me, there's only one type of corn that is used to popcorn. Buddy Reed. Said me, when the first person tried to roast it. One scuba dude. Said me, the corn got hot, then you got the pop. Eclipsion Trike. Said Bobby, a friend and I were talking about this time we broke down in some spooky ass hills. What's the creepiest place you ever had to stop at?
No cussing in
Ever
the
had
chat.
a place so creepy you left early? Susan S. or biscuit. Said hi.
I've been in a few creepy places.
King of Pick 7. Said popcorn got your name when the first ever corn exploded on a cotton field. Brandon Karstensen.
Different areas.
Said so dare I ask how artichokes got their name then? Canadian girl. Said hey Susan hand pink waving person turquoise waving. Me. Said you get pop. Like a soda. Sweet.
Like a soda or like a pimple?
Said love this chap. So funny, need to laugh.
Well, thank you.
Crystal Miller.
We do have a good
Said I
laugh
don't
around
like
here.
being in cornfields.
Congratulations, Carol, on
It
that
feels like
free
somebody's
membership.
always listening
1
to
month's
me.
free membership.
Crystal Miller. Said same with potato fields, I feel like somebody's watching
30 still hanging out? Oh
Said like
no,
a
the filthy
football
40's
LMAO.
hanging out with us.
King of Big 7.
The dang
Said
filthy
pimples
40.
are sour. Said that rode a couple weeks
God
ago.
dang,
where
how do you
got us
know
lost.
that?
Comes to mind, Bobby. Susan
Where I
S.
got lost?
Orbiskin.
I wasn't lost
Said
on that
LOL,
road.
Carol, hello.
I meant to take that road.
Said you can crack dry field corn and eat it, called cracked corn.
Cracked
You
corn.
fry it in oil.
Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care.
Said corn mazes are creepy. Canadian girl. Said it, Lori. How did you know my real name? Lauren Porter. Said UW, can you eat pimples?
That's disgusting.
Said okay. King of Big 7. Said nice greenish land. Jackie T. Said I'm happy I got 3 days off now.
Heck yeah, 3
King of
days
Big
off.
7.
Enjoy.
Said heck nah. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said excuse me Bobby. Mike.
Excuse you?
Said poor Artie. King of Big 7. Said somebody told me. Carol Pat.
Somebody told
Said
you.
person turquoise waving. King of Big 7.
I just bet they
Said
did.
back in middle school.
I bet they did.
Said chilies are misnamed. They are hot, not chili.
That's right.
Lauren Order.
Hot, man,
Said
not
some
chili.
Bobo. Susan S. Orbiskin. Said face blue smilingly. One scuba doo. Said now thinking about a corn maze. Saw a video someone in a corn maze could not get out and called 911 LOL. Canadian girl. Said at Carol Pack we share the same first name.
I'm stuck in this goddamn corn maze and I can't get out.
LOL last time somebody asked. King of Big 7. Said they are icy hot. Crystal Miller. Said last time somebody asked me for a coat cause it was chilly outside. I goofed up and gave them a bowl. Rob Chapman. Said Bobby never gets lost, just takes the tourist route sometimes.
Yeah, it just takes tourist route sometimes. I wasn't lost.
Said
I mean, that's
Canadian
the
girl
route
was
that I
another
meant to
Carol,
take.
But now the cat is out of the bag.
I just wasn't
MTGC
expecting it to
number
be
9 flag of South Africa. Said
that way.
Lauren. Yo 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 awesome.
You know?
Lori G. Said Canadian girl LOL I don't know your real name. Jackie T. Said face green smiling WYOBT.
So as of
Said,
right
nice
now, we've drove 287
Said
miles.
Now you do LOL. Susan S. Orbiskin. Said LOL Rob, that's right. Lauren Order. Said if you get lost in a corn maze, you follow the people trying to scare you LMAO. Gears. Said delivery to Oklahoma.
No.
Lori G. Said Canadian
Deliveries
girl
to
hard
PA.
hands. King of Big 7. Said just follow the kernels out of it.
Depending on how long I drive tonight, there's a big... Dang it, I stopped myself just in time. Wow, that was close. There was a big rooster in the back of that
Canadian
truck.
girl. Said at Lori G. One scuba doo. Said Lauren just walk in a straight line through the corn you will get out. Crystal Miller. Said never tell secrets in a corn maze, there's too many ears to hear you. WYOBT. Said back to dang Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they canceled the Massachusetts or Maine, whatever that was. They canceled that. Or they took it away from me, I don't know.
Said face blue smiling Bobby, Orville Hoover. Thanks for following.
Orville
Jackie
Hoover,
T.
thanks for following.
Said a roaster LOL. Martin Trejo. Said hi Mr. Bobby.
Martin, how you doing? So yeah, depending on how far I drive tonight, I only gained an hour back on my...
Said was it a big CC?
Yep, it
LOL.
sure was. It was a big CK in the back of that truck.
One scuba doo. Said dang it Bobby LOL.
It almost slipped out too.
Said oh Bobby. Are we going to travel that creepy road in Pennsylvania again? Shuddering in fear here.
You know, it's possible.
King of Big 7.
It's a possibility.
Said they know it ain't no nitro in New England for you Bobby. Martin Trejo. Said are you in US 60? Canadian girl.
Yeah.
Said at Lord
US
G
60.
I'm doing much better now since putting my cat down last Tuesday. P. Said wow WYO. LOL. Susan S. Orbiskin.
Oh, really? I should have just stayed back there until
Miss
the
Friona. Said where in Pennsylvania are you going? Lori G.
Hazelton.
Said hi my friend Martin. High five.
just stayed back there
Said,
at
oh dang, we might
at
go
the
down
Loves.
Goosebumps Lane again.
It's a
Patty
possibility.
Road. Said, hugs Canadian girl.
I don't know though. I don't know if I want to take that route again.
Said, OW, so sorry Canadian girl.
Not that I didn't like it. It's the hills is what was. That was hard, man. Them hills was.
Canadian girl. Said at Lori G.
Hello, Mark. Hello.
WYOBT. Said, oh, so sorry Canadian girl. Crystal Miller. Said, LO, a Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Lori G. Said, Canadian girl, I'm glad you are doing good. Losing a pet is heartbreaking. So sorry. People
I
hugging.
may just drive to Amarillo and shut down.
Said it, Patty, thanks.
Maybe. I don't know.
Lauren Porter. Said, Crystal, you just got my name. Lori G. Said, glad you are here, Canadian girl, hard hands. Canadian girl. Said it, Lori. Yeah, it's been rough. We have her ashes here at home with us. Martin Trejo. Said, hugs for you, Lori, my friend.
Because if I drive much further than Amarillo, well,
Crystal
even
Miller.
just driving to Amarillo,
Said, I use speech to text, and today my speech impediment is not impediment evening. Canadian girl. Said she has a beautiful urn.
I ain't gonna have squat to drive with tomorrow if I drive 5 hours out. That's how I'll have tomorrow to drive is 5 hours. Because I gained back an hour tonight.
Said Canadian girl, she will always be with you.
So with the new titles that I've been doing, do you guys like those or or you hadn't even paid attention? Or what do you think about those?
Said how weather in Houston, Lori.
What y'all think about the new title wording that I've been doing?
Said it, Lori, yes. I talk to her every day and say good morning and good night. Murdis Marito. Said when do you deliver in Pennsylvania? Geo 79.
It's like the 21st.
Said I'd like them. WYOBT. Said is that 5 Bobby or 5-ish? Nola Nayo.
5-ish.
Josh C.
Yeah, I got 5-ish.
Said poetic.
Right now.
Brandon Karstensen. Said I found the new titles creative. Something new to catch the eye for new folks. Crystal Miller.
I know. That's what
said
I'm looking
nice
for.
Bobby, have you ever thought of a career in poetry?
No.
Kevin Towler. Said I like it. Josh C. Said agreed with Brandon. Ozzy Baywatch. Said okay with me, Grizzlejack. Susan
What's up,
S.
Grizzlejack?
Ormiskin. Said I like the wording. One scuba dude. Said Lauren Order placed an order for a bucket of mountain oysters. WYOBT. Said they caught my eye. Patty Rowe. Said what did you ask us about Bobby? Lauren Order.
The way that I've been
Said
wording the
LOL
titles
scuba.
the last
Alice
couple of
Usher.
days, I've been wording
Said
them
I
different.
like it. Canadian girl.
I've been wording them different
Said be back in a bit.
than
I want
how
to get
I've
hubby's
been doing
lunch
it in
from
the
work
past.
tomorrow.
I've changed them up a little bit.
Said Baywatch.
I was just
Lori
wondering
G.
how you guys like
Said
them
Mark
compared to
Fitz was warm
the way I
today,
used to do
87
them.
degrees. Canadian girl. Said BBM. Crystal Miller. Said there once was a man from Nantucket, LOL. One scuba dude. Said g'day Baywatch kangaroo. Susan S. Orbiskin. Said okay Canadian girl, see you soon. Rick. Said Bobby it's cool not so plain Jane.
Not so plain Jane.
MTGC
I know.
number 9 flag of South Africa.
Mr. Juicy.
Said hand orange covering eyes. Susan S. Orbiskin. Said hiya Ozzy. Lori G.
G'day, Baywatch.
Said I like
How
it,
you
Bobby.
doing today?
Lauren Porter. Said holds biscuit up in the lurkers lounge. Me. Said good Friday morning Baywatch. Kevin Towler. Said it helped. Susan S. Orbiskin. Said face blue smiling Crystal. Crystal Miller. Said you guys didn't think I was gonna finish that, did you? This is family friendly. Rick.
I know I
Said
couldn't
me.
finish what I was going to say
Ozzy
earlier
Baywatch.
because it's
Said
family
g'day
friendly.
Bobby, just relaxing at home.
Relaxing
G'day
at home.
Scuba Dude,
Right on.
Susan Loring. Why out? Susan S. Orbiskin. Said Lauren. RLT 78. Said Nantucket is like Alcatraz.
Dang,
Me.
really?
Said Rick. Ozzy Baywatch. Said hi.
I honestly thought that I gained back 10 hours
Said one.
tonight. I didn't realize
Me.
tonight was the 1 hour
Said
night.
one. Lori G. Susan S. or Biscuit.
Oh, me gift
Said lots
that
of unfinished
membership.
business around here.
Thank you for that.
Brandon Carson
Yes.
said me and Rick at it again. Oh.
Awesome.
King of Pick 7 said nice
Did I miss one from Rick?
Lori G said me. King of Pick 7 said 152.
God bless.
Susan S.
What the heck was that about?
Said nice me. RLT 78 said me. Kenwood 709 said hey hey.
Kenwood, how you doing?
Kevin Towler said way to go me. Me said morning Kenwood.
R&R liquor.
King of Pick 7 said that's a crazy bumpish.
That was bad,
Kenwood
man.
709
Got me off guard.
said morning me. Martin Trejo
Did you say bumpish?
said are you okay?
Dang.
Lauren Order
We got that East
Says
thing
me.
going, don't we?
Kenwood is here. Hi. LOL.
Somebody needs the Thunderdome, Kenwood.
Said Edward S. Said hey Kenwood. RLT 78 said hey Kenwood. Patty Rowe said did you lose a kidney with that bump?
I wished I'd lost a
Aussie
kidney
Baywatch
stone with it.
said Thunderdome.
There we go.
Brandon Kirstensen
He's been
said, hey,
Thunderdomed.
and dang they did not finish that end of the pavement good at all.
No, they didn't.
Aussie Baywatch said
Oh,
hey,
Rick gifted out a membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is awesome.
said nice Rick. Me
Let's go.
said good show Rick.
Let's paint this town green. How about it?
Said nice Rick.
Ragtown. Let's paint Ragtown green.
Said hi Kenwood. WYOBT said why do I want fudge all of a sudden?
Fudge.
LMAO.
What?
Lori G
Where'd that come
said Rick
from?
way to go. Kenwood 709 said hey everyone. Susan S. or Biscuit said LOLWYO. Lori G
Oh, I see a train coming.
said BT that sounds good. Marlene STR said I was just thinking yummy fudge. Marlene STR
What's got y'all thinking about
said hi
fudge?
Kenwood. Lori G said hey Kenwood. Me said fudge is goodish.
It's goodish.
Patty Rowe said it's ish time everyone. LOL.
Let's get
Crystal
this
Miller
ish on down the road.
said LOL before long. Everybody's going to be green but me face purple crying.
Dang it.
Kenwood 709 said hey hey hey. Brandon Karstensen said Anthony's amazing peanut butter fudge got a membership gift. That's why the fudge talk LOL.
Okay, okay, makes sense now.
Said LOL the membership went up Anthony's amazing peanut butter fudge.
It all
Martin
makes sense
Trejo
now.
Said Lori looks like swim at your pool feeling hot. King of Pick 7 said trainish approaching.
Trainish,
Crystal
yeah.
Miller said LOL heavy train versus truck horn war again. WYOBT
We could catch one going
said
the same
dang Brandon you
direction.
type faster than me. Susan S. or
Some
Biscuit
people do type fast.
said the person that got the membership has fudge in username. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa
Juicy fudge.
said Kenwood. How you doing today? Me said good morning-ish King. Kevin
Two
Taylor
engine lead.
said right now in our house it's 78 degrees.
85, 95 on point.
Said oh fudge.
Big old
Lori
coal
G
train.
said Martin yes. Perfect weather for swimming. Lauren Porter said Crystal Miller. Lowest one is $2.99 a month. Brandon Karstensen said yeah I can be fast if my phone cooperates. WYOLOL. King of Pick 7 said good morning me. Kenwood 709 said I'm good. Just got done with everything. Been running around nonstop since I got home hours ago.
Dang it, man.
Kenwood 709
Oh, it's the weekend.
said how are you MC? King of Pick 7 said this a fudging awesome ride. Canadian emergency team
Dang, it was a
said,
two-engine lead with
Bobby in
3
chat, I will respond slower as something
DPUs.
happens. WYOBT
It's got more DPUs than it does liters.
Jeet C Kenwood 709 said MT sorry, how are you? Susan S. or Biscuit said face blue smiling king.
What the fluffin' fudge is going on here?
Microwave 1 minute. Stir and heat 1 minute. Pour in plate. Crystal Miller said, I am so grown. I'm thinking about making homemade applesauce Pop-Tarts. Susan S. or biscuit said, ouch Bobo. Buddy Reed said, lined with parchment paper. Dennis McCanich said, WYO Susan High. Lori G said, Bobo, I hope you are okay. Kenwood 709 said, oh dang man, that's not good. Is it hurt enough to visit the doctor? Brandon Karstensen said, weird to see so many DPUs on the end of a train in such flatland.
I know, right?
Susan S. or biscuit said, hey Dennis. CW Shark said, really nice title. Don't know if it will pull in more viewers due to length. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Aiden
Yeah, it is a little bit
20
long, but.
said, hi there, I hear live. Kenwood 709
Aiden, how you doing?
said, hey Dennis. King of Pick 7 said, these cornfields are fudgest. Susan S. or biscuit said, oh fudge nuggets. King of Pick 7 said, face green smiling Bobby. RLT 78 said, want some amazing peanut butter fudge. WYOBT said, hiya misfit Dennis. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa said, Lori G. MOK don't worry. Me said, Susan, stop fudging up the fudging nuggets. WYOBT said, Brandon.
Lord have
I know what a
mercy.
bread is ish. Canadian emergency team said, I want to say I can't feel your pain, but I do, as I have broken my bone dead and I have done nothing about it. One scuba dude.
You're always in some
said,
kind of
"We
tangled
covered
up
his
mess, ain't you,
popcorn with
emergency?
fudge." Lori C.O. said, hey Bobby, hey everyone.
Lori C, how you
Gary
doing?
Watson said, just finished shrimp Alfredo fettuccine, now I want fudge.
Oh,
Aiden
man.
Polinsky 20 said, hi there, like the videos.
Thank you, Aiden.
Dennis
Thank you.
McCanich said, hi Lori and me. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa said, Lori C. Hiya. Kevin Towler said, popcorn yellow stripe smile, popcorn yellow stripe smile, popcorn yellow stripe smile. CW Shark said, food talk is better than the previous conversation in the last stream, if you recall.
Yeah, right.
Said, morning Dennis.
Right.
Crystal Miller said,
Laura
"Fudge,
took that-
LOL, it's not polite
He took
to
that
eat with your
conversation
fingers."
and,
Lauren
I
Porter
mean,
said, fudge.
monkey stomped
Fudge.
it.
Fudge. 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 Susan S.
Monkey
or
stomped it
biscuit
in a mud hole.
said, face blue smiling me. Lauren Porter said, shark hey. Lori G said, hi Lori C. People hugging. Me said, scuba, that's no awesome idea. Canadian emergency team said, yay, I tend to jump off 50 feet high.
What?
D.I. Lasso D.O.
Without a parachute?
said, hey, hey, hey from work. Crystal
Well, that's after. How you
Miller
doing?
said, let's try that again, fork the fudge.
Fourth of
WYOBT
fudge. So what you
said,
said?
sounds delicious me. Ish. Susan S. or
Delicious
biscuit
ish.
said, hey Lori C.O.
It's delish.
Crystal Miller said, LOL, darn autocorrect. WYOBT said, P-Rap heart hands about time. King of Big 7 said, we heading to Fluffin' Dang Fudges, Pennsylvania. Susan S. or biscuit
Man.
said, WB
Y'all are
P-Rap.
fudged up. I tell you
Brandon
what.
Karstensen said, it's blibbleable. How's
What?
work? Lori C.O. said, hey everyone. Hey Bobby, I'm doing good. I'm having a hot flash and eating a yogurt.
No hot
LOL.
flashing around the fudge.
LT78 said, hi P-Rap. Lauren Porter said, dang it, I want some fudge now. D.I. Lasso D.O. said, hey BT people hugging. Rick said, this chat room is all fudged up tonight. Must be a full moon.
It is.
Lori G said,
All
Raptor, there you
fudged
are.
up, man.
People hugging. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa said, Velociraptor. Hello. King of Pick 7 said, hey Raptor. D.I. Lasso D.O. said, hey Susan, people hugging. Me said, morning upside down Raptor. How the fudge are you doing? Susan S. or biscuit said, for sure shark. D.I. Lasso D.O. said, hey Lori, people hugging. D.I.
said just went out the
Said,
window.
long story short, that's the nickname for Phil given to him by Lance LOL. Buddy
What was
Reed
it?
Said easy fudge recipe
I missed
posted
it.
you know where. Lauren Porter
I missed that
said
nickname.
Nepkey rap you are janky LOL. RLT78 said Rick, you gifted the fudge man. Crystal Miller said fudge covered graham crackers face green smiling. King of Pick 7 said let's go Medjish. Rick said at RLT78 LOL. Once Kubadu said in Helen, Georgia in a store you can watch them make the fudge and buy it fresh made.
Dang.
Lori G said thank you buddy. Lori G said yum. Scuba. Susan S or Biscuit said fudge talk really slows Meg down. One Scuba
I reckon.
said Meg all fudged up. Lori G said Crystal that sounds good. Susan S or Biscuit said you Bobby. Edward S said lump butter. Canadian
Yeah.
emergency team said why is this day so fudged up I'm literally gonna go get some ice cream with fudge on top. Brandon Karstensen said blah 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 blah. From the name Flip. Buddy Reed said YW Sheriff Lori. King of Pick 7 said he letting go of that popcorn juice. D.I. Lasso D.O. said get the fudge away from me. Lori G said Raptor. Gary Watson said forgot I have a frozen Snickers bar. Susan S or Biscuit
Is it a frozen
said face blue
Snickers
smiling
ice cream bar?
MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa said Velociraptor. Hello.
Hello.
D.I. Lasso D.O. said hey Naspo. Canadian emergency team said now your stream is lagging. RLT7
Is the stream lagging or is the
said now you're
conversation
talking
lagging?
Gary. Susan S or Biscuit said face blue smiling Gary. Canadian emergency team said Gary can I have one? Rick said hi blue peeps Raptor Gary rat if you're here.
I didn't hear who said that the stream was lagging. Who said that?
Rick said Bobby it's fine.
Thank you, Rick.
D.I.
Thank
Lasso
you.
D.O. said I have a freezer full of ice cream in front of me, but it's like $3 for a drumstick.
Dang it.
King of Pick 7 said 170 lickish. D.I. Lasso D.O.
170
said
likes.
hey Rick. CW Tur Sharp said stream okay here. Me said any fudge Raptor. Maybe you can give some to Meg. Rick said Bobby at Canadian emergency team said it.
Oh,
Lori
yeah.
G
I don't
said
know.
Raptor that's an expensive drumstick.
Anytime
Buddy
emergency says anything about
said
the
it's
stream
all
lagging, I
bottom
know
line.
it's emergency
Canadian
sign.
emergency team said I am about to get muted. I said the stream was a bit laggy.
I ain't gonna get you
Ozzy
muted.
Baywatch
We know it's your
said
internet,
good
not
night, Tasha.
mine.
Hand pink waving
It ain't
finger.
gonna get you muted. I just asked who it was because I was making sure it was you that said it. Because I know not to rely on you saying it. Your stream's always lagging.
Carl Johnson
Time to get rid of that
said the
spectrum.
lurking. Did I see someone is making fudge for the Lurkers Lounge?
Fudge for the Lurkers Lounge. It's gonna get a little bit fudgish in there. Fudgish. Something like
Rick
that.
said Lord have mercy.
Lord
Lori
have mercy.
C.O. said hey buddy. Canadian emergency team said yay I am not home right now.
Yeah, but even when you are home, you still lag.
Buddy Reed said hello Lori. Lauren Porter said don't fudge up the Lurkers Lounge LOL.
Don't fudge it
Marlene
up.
STR said hi Lori C.O. Lori G said hi Carl. Me said every time I think of fudge, I think about South Park. Hugh Stevenson said the fudge is in Uranus mode. MTGC
Right.
number 9 flag of South Africa said I buy a pie here and I finished with 5 minutes. Susan S or Biscuit
5 minutes
said
to spare.
LOL.
believe that,
emergency
partner.
team. Said I know, and it is awful. I think my internet needs reset. CW
You probably just need to upgrade it.
Said yes, Carl, and I am first in line for the fudge. Susan S. or biscuit. Said face blue smilingly. Rick. Said LOL Aussie. Scott Creekmore. Said hand purple blue piece.
Scott,
Susan
how you
S.
doing?
or biscuit. Said face blue smiling Aussie. Lori C.O. Said I'm watching two live streams right now.
Two?
I'm watching you all, and I'm watching Reed Timmers live storm chase stream.
Where's he chasing
One
at?
scuba dude. Said Raptor be very careful, Meg and Lauren have buckets of fudge. Me.
Buckets of fudge.
7 Aussies are a day ahead. Gary Watson. Said melt candied corn and peanut butter, then cover with semi-sweet chalk equals Butterfinger. Susan
Butterfinger.
S. or biscuit. Said scuba dude. Canadian emergency team. Said you know what, Bobby, I will actually do that. Hugh
Tempo.
Stevenson. Said if this election in Canada don't go right, they'll be 500 years behind. Lauren Order. Said what the fudge scuba. LOL. Carl Johnson. Said Lauren, I hope the lounge doesn't get fudged out. Only the one that cleans it. Lori O. Are in Nebraska.
Oh, okay,
Brandon
Nebraska.
Said Nebraska and Iowa area was the last I seen with Reed Timmer.
Tempo.
There's some strong isolated storms in that area.
Gotcha.
Canadian emergency team. Said be back DMV by Reed elevators. Message be back _. MTG flag of South Africa. Said what time is in there now on? I'm not cleaning it this time, LMAO. Susan S. or biscuit. Said I just heard a ghost post.
A ghost post. Who was
Wampus
it?
cat. Said candy corn is so wrong, even worse than raisins.
Candy corn's good. Have you ever had candy corn
Said
M&Ms?
Lauren said she saw roaches.
Oh my
I don't
God.
think it'd be wise to trust her cleaning methods. CW Sharp.
It might not.
Said weather heading east into Illinois. Susan
Got a
S.
good
or
point
biscuit.
there.
Said Bobo, it's 8:05 p.m. here. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said peeps are evil. Rick.
I like peeps.
Said me.
I like them things so I get
Number
sick
95
of
of South Africa.
which it don't take much.
Said
But
Lori G. What time is in there now on? Wampus cat.
none makes
Said evil doesn't begin to describe peeps. Lauren Order. Said I didn't say in my room wrap.
I was outside on the front porch. That's Florida for you.
Lori C.O. Said Bobo. Susan S. or biscuit. Said nice Rick. Lori C.O. Said
Oh,
Lauren.
Rick gifted out a membership. Thank you.
Said cactus fudge.
That
LOL.
is awesome. Cactus fudge. Cactus
Rick.
Kitty. What kind of name
Said
is that?
Leslie.
Lord
Lori
have
C.O.
mercy.
Said morning me.
That's worse than the CK in the pickup
CD
truck.
Townley. Said hey man.
Oh,
Wampus
me
cat.
gifted out a membership.
Said always good when
Thank
cat
you,
creatures
thank
gets a
you.
free gift membership. Susan S. or
That's
biscuit. Said
awesome.
me.
CD
Said
Townley, how you
Lori
doing?
C.O. Lori C.O. Said hey Rick. CW Sharp. Said Rick takes the stage. Lori G. Said Bobo it's 8:07 p.m. MTGC number 9 flag of South
It took
Africa.
30 minutes to
Said
finish
Susan
that.
S. As
Dang.
well here time is 3:07 a.m. Me. Said ouch. Lori C.O. Said Wampus. Susan S. or biscuit.
Wampus.
Said face blue smiling Bobby. CD Townley. Said where are you?
Amarillo, man. Amarillo.
Said he CK. Rick. Said Lori C. Hi. Canadian emergency team. Said okay I am back. I literally am never answering any messages. And another message tugs for the memberships me. Wampus cat. fast asleep at 3 a.m. Me. Said Lauren, it's morning.
Me too.
MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Melissa. Welcome to the Ride Along Gang membership.
Welcome.
Said me mais LMAO. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Susan S. Yes. Carl Johnson. Said Lauren, me as always in the morning.
Alright, so with my time constraint like it is, I'm going to go up here to the other side of Amarillo and I'm going to shut down.
Said hey Wampus.
Just because I want to have more hours to drive tomorrow. I mean, it don't matter, I don't think. It's not going to matter either way.
Susan S. or Biscuit. Said Bobo.
But I don't know. I don't know. I might change my mind by the time I get up there and decide to go on to how far I said originally.
Josh C. Said Amarillo by morning. Buddy Reed said me as always morning. Lori C.O. said Josh C. Rick said Bobby, thank you for another awesome stream.
You are welcome.
MTGC
I may change my mind though. I may change my mind, but I may ride on to where I originally intended
You
on.
shut down the stream right now on the road. Me.
No, I'm not on the
Said
road.
LOL, buddy.
I'm not shutting it down right now, no.
Aaron Damon, 81 Gonzalez. Said good evening, Bobby and gang.
Aaron, how you doing?
Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hiya, Josh C. Aaron Damon, 81 Gonzalez. Said HBDB.
What's that mean?
Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hey, Aaron G. Lori C.O. said yes, thank you, Bobby. And thank you for what you do for us.
You are welcome and thank you.
Said Bobby. We know. Ish. Patty Rowe. Said okay, Bobby. Just tell us approximate start time tomorrow. Me. Said morning, Damon. Rick. Said I'm not leaving, just wanted to say that before you kick us out the truck. Lori G. Said hello, Aaron.
My start times generally are always 9 o'clock. 9 to noon.
Said a short way to say happy birthday, me. WYOBT.
Oh, happy birthday.
Said hiya, Lori C. Jeetsy. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said before noon. Edward S.
Somewhere between 9
Said
and
chat.
noon.
You are. Junkrat Cow. Lori C.O. Said happy birthday, Aaron.
Happy birthday, Aaron. Happy birthday.
Buddy Reed. Said Bobby provides the platform for all of this silliness. Lori C.O.
Right.
Said WYOBT Jeetsy all. Me. Said it's my birthday. Who told you? Rick. Said let's give Bobby a shout out, he never gets one.
Shout out. We'll give Pooh a shout. No, he's not here. We can't shout him out.
Rick. Said shout out to Bobby.
Shout it out. Let's go.
Carl Johnson. Said shout out to Bobby. Lauren Porter.
Thank you.
Said what the fudge is P-Rap still doing here? LOL JK. WYOBT. Said Bobby face blue smiling. Lori C.O. Said Carl.
Dang, I don't know what I've done to my battery, but it's not holding like it was.
Said Pooh White is in bed.
Oh yeah, it's 9 o'clock for him. 85% on the battery. We've been running for an hour and 20 minutes. This should be like on 92, 93, 94% right now. At least 92.
Susan S. or Biscuit. Said Buddy, for all this fudge flingin'. Carl Johnson.
Fudge flingin'.
Said hi, Lori C.O. G Bro. Said dang it, never got the notification that Bobby was back with.
Dang it, man.
Carl Johnson.
And we're
Said
fixing to
Pooh,
shut
I may
down.
not have school tomorrow. Shout me out. Said Bobby face fuchsia tongue out. Brandon Karstensen. Said shout out ish to our host for sure.
Shout out.
One scuba dude. Said Bobby 2/3 of the ranch fries are gone now, LOL.
Those things are good, ain't they?
RWWW Shucks Lauren. Tristan, hey. Said hey y'all.
Tristan, how
Buddy
you doing?
Reed. Said up so fudgy lootly. Deborah Warner. Said oh mud fight lol what did I get myself into lol mud flight. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said face blue smiling shout. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said hey Tristan. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hey Tristan. Lori C.O. Said hey Deborah. Tristan, hey. Said if good Bobby, how about you?
Well, I've been doing
Deborah
alright.
Warner. Said yeah I'll stick my tongue out alright guys lol and I said mud fight instead of mud fight. Tristan?
What I do though is that
Said hey Phil.
if I shut down up here, and I
Said
think I am,
Tristan.
I'll go ahead. We'll leave the live stream running for a little
Said
while
W for Bobby.
since we're just at
Tristan,
an hour and 40 minutes.
Said hey Susan. Lori C.O.
We'll
Said
see what
G.
the park.
Bro.
We'll see what the park looks
Susan
like.
S. or Biscuit. Said face blue smiling buddy. Me. Said morning Tristan. Lauren Order. Said ping. Ping. G. Bro. Said WYOBT hi. Rick. Said hi Tristan. Deborah Warner. Said hello there everyone. Crystal Miller. Said LOL never ask what you got yourself into around here you might get an answer. G. Bro. Said hi Lori C.O.
You might get dookie slung in your face.
MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Lori G. I want to say enjoy you life there and happy Easter time there. Enjoy the Lord Jesus and please pray yourself to stay alive there so you are kind women ever for me. I like you as a friend. Tristan,
That was
hey.
a mouthful.
Said turns out it'll be going to that meet tomorrow. It'll be leaving at 6:30 in the morning.
6:30 in
How
the morning.
fun.
Dang it.
Patty Rowe. Said hi Deborah. Gary Watson. Said thanks for the reminder. I LL put that on my list. Shout. Tristan.
Put what on
hey.
your list?
Said hey BT, me, Lauren, Rick. Lori C.O.
What you putting on that
Said
list,
Gary.
man?
WYOBT. Said G Bro Jeetsy.
Oh,
Lori
man.
C.O. Said that's fine Bobby, whatever you decide. Gary Watson. Said hi at Lori C.O. Deborah Warner. Said okay. Me. Said gonna go do chores and stuff. Y'all have a
And
great
Phil,
morning
appreciate
and stuff.
stopping in and hanging
Be
out.
nice.
We'll catch you on the next go
Buddy
around.
Reed. Said Meg actually said it after she paused. Up so fudgy lootly. RLT78.
Wow.
Said by me. Lori C.O. Said have great morning me. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said later me. Lori G. Said Bobo same to you my friend. I always wish you the best. Happy Easter. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said face blue smiling Crystal. Buddy Reed. Said see yummy. Carl Johnson. Said good morning, me. Tristan, hey. Said Bobby, you taking 40 or 44? Deborah Warner. Said oh yeah well I've cleaned up
40
DP
for a little
before
ways.
doggies and
I don't know
babies
how.
lol.
I think 40 up.
D.I. Lasso
I'm not
D.O.
sure.
Said holy flaming goldfish Batman. Lori, did you get all that? G. Bro. Said thank you Rev Bobo. Lauren Order. Said Batman has a goldfish. Tristan, hey. Said it's 2 hours away. In Watanga. Lori G.
Right, come on.
Said good luck Tristan.
Is that
Brandon
somewhere's
Carstensen.
around
Said how is
Sayer?
the fish on fire? Susan S. or Biscuit. Said face blue smiling Deborah. Crystal Miller. Said LOL, you guys made me want chocolate so bad right now. Tristan, hey. Said thanks Lori. Bob Casey Ariel. Said howdy Bobby and ladies at Susan S. or Biscuit, at Lori G and Lori C.O. and Deborah Warner and Patty Rowe Gems at Gary Watson at WYOBT and Tristan.
Bob
Megan
Casey,
Blosser
how
at
you
your
doing?
buddy Reed at Rick at Josh C.
Dang it.
Deborah Warner. Said I have to be ready for an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to the Social Security to get my ID done, so I'm going to have to rest up tomorrow, so that's why I got my laundry done tonight. WYOBT. Said if so fudge-a-lootly love that. Lauren Order. Said I still want fudge.
Fudge-a-lootly.
D.I. Lasso D.O. Said hey Bob. Buddy Reed. Said hello Bob. Lori
Fudge-a-lootly.
C.O. Said Bob Casey Ariel. Lori G. Said face blue smiling raptor haha. Tristan, hey.
H, Tom.
Said hello, Pink. Deborah Warner. Said smiling face with 3 hearts, smiling face with 3 hearts, this is for everyone. Patty
Everybody.
Rowe. Said hi, Lori. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hiya, Tom G. Alice Usher. Said good night, Bobby and the Misfit. Rick.
And Alice, appreciate you
Said, "Hi,
stopping in
Bob
and hanging
Casey."
out. We'll catch you next time
Deborah
around.
Warner. Said I thought Batman had Robin, LOL. Tom Gray. Said hey, Susan. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Susan S. Enjoy the Easter there and I hope everything is gonna be okay, and please you always be my best friend, you are very kind and I like to prank, but you far away from me, but stay safe there. Tristan Payne. Said no, Elk City's by Sayre. It's just a little northwest of El Reno.
Okay,
Rick.
gotcha.
Said bye, Alice. Lori C.O. Said night, Alice, take it easy. Mac Daddy. Said the great Mac Daddy has arrived, and tomorrow will be a special announcement.
The great
G.
Daddy.
Bro. Said Watu
Tomorrow will be a
WYOBT.
special announcement.
Said Watu Zero.
Dang it, y'all watch this and roll out the window.
Said G. Bro.
What's up with
I
that?
salute, sir. Lori G. Said hi, G. Bro. Jeetsy hand pink waving. Alice Usher. Said thank Rick. Lauren Order. Said Watutsi roll. Crystal Miller. Said sometimes if you say it loud enough, the words may seem atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. John 123 Canada 42. Said number 195 BRB.
195, let's go.
Said MT Jeetsy my friend. Rick. Said YW Alice. Lori G. Said hi Tom. Hi Patty. Deborah Warner. Said everybody is talking and has a lot of mouthful words to say. I definitely wish I had that, LOL. Mac Daddy. Said 194 likes. Stop smurfing on it and hit that like button. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said Bobo, thank you. Saying best wishes to you, my friend. Happy Easter. Deborah Warner. Said I know if wishes were fishes that we would have an ocean, LOL.
If
Patty
wishes
Rowe.
was fishes,
Said hi,
the
Lori G.
world would be an
G.
ocean.
Rowe. Said hello, Lori G. Lori G. Said hey, Deborah. Said night, Lord Alice. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said G. Bro. Gutsy, see you too, my friend. I hope you find there. WYOBT. Said Mac Daddy. Great to see ya. Ish. Tristan.
Yes.
Hey. Said when do you plan on starting tomorrow? Crystal Miller.
Somewhere between 9
Said
and
that one
9.
cracked my screen a little. WYOBT. Said boom 203. Bob Casey Area.
Boom, you
Said in
guys
case you forgot,
and
hit
gals.
that thumbs up.
Ladies and
Bob
gentlemen
Casey area.
are freaking
Said boom boom
awesome.
time.
Thank you.
Lauren
Thank you
Porter.
so much for
Said
up
boom,
200
boom,
thumbs
boom,
up.
boom.
Right at your Ride
Susan
Long
S.
Game.
or
Really
Biscuit.
do appreciate it.
Said this place is out of control. MTGC
Snatch
number
some
9
salt
flag
from
of
the
South
salty crew.
Africa.
Butter
Said
up
who's
that
broke the
popcorn.
windows?
Enjoy
Buddy Reed.
the rest of
Said
the
if Bob
stream.
Casey aerial run
Now we do
on these
love the
pickets
Misfits
with
around here.
image. Gary Watson.
How much do we love the
Said
Misfits? Freaking bunches.
Ding ding peep peep peeps. Crystal Miller. Said well guys, it's time to get everybody off to bed, including me. Good night. Rick. Said Susan LOL always. Alice Usher. Said night, Lori G. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said face blue smiling yes Rick. Lori G. Said good night Crystal. Lauren Order. Said bye Crystal. Crystal Miller. Said night night. G. Bro. Said looks like Bobby is about to call it a night. King of Fix 7. Said more fishing, less flippin'. Mac Daddy. Said meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Bob Casey Ariel. Said friggin' bunches. Buddy Reed. Said click it, lick it, or ticket. Tristan Payne. Said okay. He'll probably be home by like 6 or so at the earliest. Lori G. Said face blue smiling.
What, 6 p.m.? So see, the reason why I'm stopping for is because, and like I said, I mean, it really won't make much of a difference. Not really. As far as the travel, I don't think it'll make much of a difference. But the reason why I'm going ahead and stopping for is because I've got 8 hours and 47 minutes left on my 70-hour clock. And I only came back, hang on a second. I only came back.
It was a nice rhyme to it. Did you plan that? Susan S. or Biscuit? Said LOL Geo. Lori G. Said Gary.
Had a nice rhyme.
Lauren Order. Said what the fudge? Lauren Order. Said again.
The name of this
G.
video?
Said hey James. One scuba
Tom.
dude. Said I need some food now. Think the medicine getting.
But anyway, I came back an hour and 19 minutes tonight.
Said Bobby, depending on how long you drive tomorrow, I might miss the stream, so safe travels and hope you feel better every day.
Thank you. Well, I probably won't start out till about 9 o'clock in the morning, at least.
James Ewing. Said what hi today in TX Lori.
That way, if I start out at like 9 or 10.
Said early to bed, early to rise tomorrow.
No, I'm not going to bed early. It'll be somewhere around 9 or 10 o'clock before I start out.
Bob Casey Ariel. Said how much did you gain back?
Just an hour and 19 minutes.
Said man, I'll tell you, I feel a lot better. The apartment burn medicine will kick in, and also I had my Coke Zero, and you wouldn't
Is
believe
what I gained back
happened. I had to
at
have it
midnight
warm.
tonight.
Lori G. Said it was 87 degrees. James. Tristan Payne. Said heck Bobby, come stop by Watanga and you may make it in time to see me throw. LOL, it may take that long. IDK.
10.
Bob Casey Ariel. Said okay. James Ewing. Said Lori G here near 100 today.
So what was you talking about,
Deborah
Tom? That
Warner.
had to...
Said okay at
Nice
least 9
rhyme to
o'clock
it.
tomorrow morning. Okay. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said a time to sleep for me, so have a wonderful night everyone. My phone is 16% battery, so good night everyone.
Maspo, appreciate
Mac
you
Daddy.
hanging out with you.
Said off duty status now.
I'm
Bob
in the
Casey
sleeper
Ariel.
now, yeah.
Said see you tomorrow Bobby. It's me. Said do you scroll TikTok before you go to sleep?
Sometimes I do TikTok.
Said face orange raised eyebrow. Lori G.
Sometimes I do
Said, "Good
TikTok,
night,
sometimes
Bobo,
I do
and thank
YouTube. It
you
just
again."
depends.
Rick. Said and how far away are you from drop off? How many hours driving?
Good Lord, we're
D.I. Lasso
1,600
D.O.
miles away.
Said later MC. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said later Maspo. Unknown. Said good boy. Deborah Warner. Said 57 degrees in North Aurora, Illinois, and it stopped raining, and it's just cloudy. Unknown. Said good boy. James Ewing.
What
Said
are you
just open
doing?
all windows in house, let air come through. LOL. Unknown. Said good boy.
Why are you
Bob
saying good boy
Casey
for?
Ariel. Said night y'all. Unknown. Said good boy. Rick. Said oh they'll see
Unknown, do you need a
tomorrow,
count?
LOL. Unknown. Said good boy. Lauren Order. Said what is Bobby a dog at unknown? WYOBT. Said it was fun to see you in few bars last night Bobby. Rick. Said Popo. Susan S. or Biscuit.
Oh, the name
Said
of the
night
video.
Bob C. One scuba dude. Said the fuzz watch out. Tom Gray. Said yay Bobby, the name of the video here is a poem.
Well, thank you.
G bro. Said unknown needs to leave. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Bobby. You gonna be live tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be live
Mac
tomorrow.
Daddy. Said oh whoa, what did you do? Lori G. Said it's warm there in Kansas. Edward S. Said bear in the lot. Patty Rowe. Said see you tomorrow. Geo79. Said the wind is way down now here. James Ewing. Said I'm getting ready to live shortly. Rick. Said 4321. WYOBT. Said no spam. Gary Watson. Said LOL, he was checking the eyes out. Deborah Warner. Said I've been watching the weather in Nebraska has some tornadoes and Iowa is going to get it. Canadian girl. Said that. MTGC number 9 flag of South Africa. Said Lori G. Thanks. Rick. Said LOL Gary. Buddy Reed. Said folks. Take your fingers out of your ears. Lori G. Said WB Canadian Girl. Deborah Warner.
Did somebody remove unknown?
Oh, there goes Bobby. Rick. Said hope he doesn't have T5 he words running. Lauren Order. Said growls at unknown. James Ewing. Said I'm changing out thermostat tomorrow. Gary Watson. Said LOL. Canadian Girl. Said thanks Lori G. Had to have a serious talk. Burger Boss. Said gotcha.
No, you didn't.
Unknown. Said Roblox.
So does that mean you don't need a count? You're gonna stop spamming?
G Bro. Said the unknown is unknown. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said unknown sounds like someone familiar.
But he normally does alright, or she normally does alright, but...
Burger Boss. Said sheesh. James Ewing.
Sheesh it up, sheesh it.
Said maybe empty LOL. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said Martin or Scott or ID Gap. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said Body Blue raised arms. Canadian Girl. Said we've decided not to get another cat anytime soon, we want to travel. Unknown. Said empty. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said face blue smiling P-Rap. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said face orange raised eyebrow. G Bro. Said unknown has a membership but it could have been gifted. James Ewing. Said hey Amber. Lauren Order. Said dang it empty. Andy
It's
C.
not empty.
Said I snuck out for a bit, I'm back now. One scuba dude. Said Lauren sits and watches the clock go tick-tock while she smells her the dirty socks LOL. Amber. Said hey James. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said Martin bought memberships even though he was trolling. Deborah Warner. Said oh dear. Tom Gray. Said are ya hungry Bobby? Susan S.
Just a little bit, not much.
Said WB Andy. James Ewing. Said LOL Lauren. G Bro. Said WB Andy C.
Yeah, it's not
Lori
empty.
G. Said empty wouldn't do that. Craig Cooper. Said welcome back everybody. I'm back after playing Roblox. Deborah Warner. Said all my socks are clean LOL. WYOBT. Said exactly Lori. Unknown. Said what you Roblox. Lauren Order. Said growls and snarls at scuba. Canadian Girl. Said be back in a little bit. Tristan Ping. Said exactly Lori. No way. Lori G. Said BT. James Ewing. Said I'm just joking about empty LOL. Lori G. Said Tristan.
Dang it. Meg got caught up. Look at that.
Priyanka. Said hello my loves. D.I.
Priyanka, how
Lasso
you doing?
D.O. Said I don't believe that one bit. Mac Daddy. Said just open bag of jelly beans yum yum. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said no. Deborah Warner. Said that is a yay. WYOBT. Said tardy slip Pranaka. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said hey Priyanka. G Bro. Said hello Priyanka. Craig Cooper. Said yeah, I just played Roblox. Then I'll come back to watch Bobby stream, Texas, Oklahoma. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said hey Priyanka. Priyanka. Said doing just fine. Hope y'all are as well. RLT 78. Said black Kelly beans. The best. Priyanka. Said
Splatterwagon.
roll.
Dang it, Priyanka.
Said picking out the black jelly beans. Love the black jelly beans.
Watch it roll right out the
Said
window.
you get a good delivery to your truck, like DoorDash.
They got a pretty good barbecue pit in here.
Said jelly. One scuba dude.
Pretty
Said I'll
decent.
take the red and black jelly beans. Burger Bob. Said night Bobby, I'm off to bed.
Nice Easter.
Deborah Warner. Said I'm saying hi for everyone that just came in and also has been in LOL. Patty Rowe. Said hi Priyanka. King of Fix 7. Said I need to figure out how to get Meg to make a Jake break sound. Lauren Order. Said I find it interesting that unknown is suddenly hidden to me. Tom Gray. Said food delivery I meant. Priyanka. Said dang. Andy C. Said that splatter wagon that pulled into the pumps just now has more light than a chicken house. WYOBT.
Chicken house.
Said feeling better Priyanka. Craig Cooper. Said Bobby, there goes the crashing noise you just played. James Ewing. Said house is getting cooled down. Priyanka.
Is your AC
Said
not
yes,
working, James?
Thank you. Day by day. Tom Gray. Said barbecue excellent.
Heck yeah.
G Bro. Said hello to all the lurkers here. One scuba dude. Said James it was 74 here today and windy. Lauren Order. Said hi Priyanka. Mac Daddy. Said I want to hear the screaming lady. I Lasso D.O. Said face fuchsia tongue out. Lauren Order. Said LMAO. Rick. Said Deborah come down. James Ewing. Said it works, just not using it windy here cold front come in little bit.
Oh, okay.
Craig Cooper. Said there goes that dinosaur noise you played Bobby. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said face orange raised eyebrow. Tom Gray. Said when does the pit close?
Oh, I don't know.
Deborah Warner. Said thank you Bobby okay I was standing this time LOL and I can't stop laughing. Priyanka. Said LOL. Lauren Order. Said crickets. G Bro. Said chirp chirp chirp.
Chirpity chirp.
Patty Rowe. Said yes, hello all lurkers. Rick. Said it's nice. James Ewing. Said I know my bedroom get hotter like 105 or so LOL. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said gets bug spray. Andy C. Said so did you lose the shaky trailer? Joe Smo.
Yeah, I swapped
Said
trailers
how are
out.
things
It's not the
WYO?
same trailer.
Lori G. Said hello Priyanka it's nice to see you. Tom Gray. Said now I want some barbecue. Desert Rat. Said a windy day tomorrow gusts could be 45 miles per hour, heading your way Bobby.
Dang it.
Priyanka. Said tootity toot.
Hopefully it'll
Lauren
be
Order.
a tailwind.
Said fudge wrap LOL. Duck duck go fast. Said help. I've fallen on the floor laughing and can't get up. Rick.
Who did
Said
that?
I hear Meg in my sleep. King of Fix
You hear
7.
Meg in your sleep.
Said RRRRRBBBBBLLLLMMMM. James Ewing. Said because Southside LOL. Lori G. Said hey Joe Smo. Susan
Smo,
S.
how you
or
doing,
Biscuit.
man?
Said LOL Rick. Priyanka. Said nice to see you as well Lori G. WYOBT. Said what up so fudgealutely fun evening. D.I. Lasso D.O.
How
Said
did you
hello
even
from
spell
the other
that?
side. Joe Smo. Said hello Lori G.
Absolutely
Lori G.
fudulate.
Said BT.
Leave.
WYOBT. Said Joe Smo Jeetsy. Lauren Order. Said when I die P-Rap I'm going to haunt you for the rest of your life LMAO. G bro. Said duck duck that sounds like a quacker. WYOBT. Said staring to fluff and snow here.
Starting to fluff and snow.
Joe Smo.
Dang it.
Said doing good Bobby, we had a lot of wind today so I had a short day. Susan
yeah.
S. or Biscuit. Said hey Joe Smo. Duck duck go fast. Said so we got rid of the janky and funky trailer and just got a janky one.
Yeah,
Rick.
it was
Said
probably janky.
WYO what snow. Tom Gray. Said not if he goes first. Lori G. Said snow. Wow. BT say it isn't Sue. Priyanka. Said marinara. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said LOL Lauren. Joe Smo. Said hi. Susan S. Patty Rowe. Said Rick I hear Meg in my sleep when I nap during live stream. Mark. Said hi Bobby and everyone had to get my chat back.
Had to get your what
James
back?
Ewing. Said Jake break sound da 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 da.
That's not a Jake break. That's a helicopter.
Deborah Warner. Said I'll tell you should see me what I had some clothes in my arms way up in the air. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said Meg sucks singing Adele. G bro. Said WB Mark. Rick. Said Patty LOL. Centerfield 100. Said where you gonna have to get the part for the horns and are the same size as the last one. Deborah Warner. Said just
I think
kidding.
the horns are a little bit
Susan
smaller.
S. or Biscuit. Said WB Mark S.
And
WYOBT.
I don't know.
Said wish I was fudging joking.
I can probably
James
get
Ewing.
what I need
Said
from Home
LOL.
Depot, but
Joe Smo. Said
know.
Deborah Warner. Mark. Said Bobby when I got onto YouTube my chat was not there had restart my device. Lauren Order. Said crickets. Desert rat. Said wind from southwest to northeast.
Southwest.
James Ewing. Said dang it ads LOL. Lauren Order.
That's kind of a
Said
tailwind, right?
crickets. Joe Smo. Said Lauren Order. Tokyo Lola. Thanks for following.
Thanks for following, Tokyo Lolo.
D.I. Lasso D.O. Said Lauren has crickets in her head. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said yep D-Rat. Elpalon 79. Said hey man are you done for today? Unknown.
Yeah, that way I've
Said
got,
superheroes.
that way I've got more time to
Joe
drive
Smo.
tomorrow.
Said yo Raptor. G bro.
Oh.
Said cockroaches. Lori G. Said hi D-Rat.
Superhero
One
cockroaches.
scuba dude. Said I have 3 pounds of Jack Daniel pulled pork BBQ to cook, come on over.
Dang it, man.
Joe Smo. Said scuba dude. Jeetsy. Priyanka. Said catch y'all on the next go round my peeps.
Alright, Priyanka,
Robert
appreciate stop
King.
in, hang me out, kids.
Said it's nighttime here East Texas.
Nighttime.
Lauren Order.
I'm in East Texas.
Said
I
crickets.
think.
Andy C. Said Jake brakes sound a lot like the forward Gatling gun on a A-10 Warthog. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said hey Joe Smo. Desert Rat. Said that time of year Susan, take it over snow that's not even a ish. Geo 79. Said no railroad tracks closed. D.I. Lasso
No,
D.O.
not none too
Said
close.
G bro. One scuba
I mean,
dude.
there are, but
Said hey Joe Jeetsy.
there's none that,
Lori
real
G.
close.
Said scuba on my way. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said take care Priyanka.
I'm actually
I
pretty
also
tired.
D.O. Said Lauren wants a count. G bro.
You need a count.
Priyanka later, catch ya on the flip-flop. WYOBT. Said have a good night Priyanka. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said for sure D-Rat. Lauren Order. Said I'm not even doing anything wrong Raptor. Lori G. Said good night Priyanka. Patty Rowe. Said sleep well Bobby. D.I. Lasso D.O. Said Lauren, you're spamming crickets. Desert Rat. Said kinda. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said Face Blue smiling.
She's fine.
Patty Rowe. Said night everyone. Priyanka.
Patty Cruz
Said
stopping in,
thanks.
hanging
Good
out
night.
with the kids next
Buddy
time
Reed.
around.
Said it's the final countdown. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said take care Patty. Desert Rat. Said kind of ish tailwind.
Kind of tailwindish.
One scuba dude. Said Raptor give Lauren the chocolate covered crickets. Andy C. Said just wait till the cicadas start singing again.
Oh yeah.
Susan S. or Biscuit. Said what bug would you prefer P-Rap? Joe Smo. Said Priyanka.
Cockroaches.
Desert Rat. Said Lori. Howdy. Lauren Order. Said LMFAO Biscuits. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said Face Blue smiling Bobby. Buddy Reed. Said Scuba Dude. Fudge covered crickets.
Ooh.
Gary Watson. Said Ladybug LOL.
Ladybugs.
D. I
I
Lasso
hate
D.O.
ladybugs.
Said LOL Susan.
Them
Lauren
stupid things
Porter.
bite me, man.
Said now Bobby I'll give the chocolate covered cockroach to you.
Oh, you could have it.
Joe Smo. Said hey Gary.
That was actually,
Susan
it was supposed to be
S.
for
or
a
Biscuit.
velociraptor.
Said LOL Gary. John 123.
But since you want to play hot
42.
potato with it, I'll throw it back
Said
to
hey
you.
Bobby and gang.
John, how you doing?
WYOBT. Said hiya John. Deborah Warner. Said cockroaches yucky bed bugs yucky. Gary
This
Watson.
is a pretty decent sized looking
Said
parking
think it's
lot.
the orange ones that bite. Susan S. or
Orange ones?
Biscuit.
Ain't they all
Said
orange?
hey John 123. Lori G. Said hey
It's
John
the female ones that
123. John 123 Canada 42.
Whatever the
Said doing
females
good
are.
went to the canal today. Mark. Said Lauren Order we will pass everything back to you. Andy C. Said has anyone seen Fred the Fly? I miss that critter so much.
Dang it.
Joe Smo.
I think he got caught up
Said
at Law and
glad
Order's
to see you
house.
Bobby thank you for streaming. Lauren Order.
Thank you for stopping
Said
in,
Deborah
Joe Smo.
just
Appreciate
remember I'm in Florida so these cockroach have wings.
it. All cockroaches have wings. It's just a matter of the ones that uses them or not.
Andy C. Said yep. G bro. Said Lauren Order, who do you all have over there? Lauren Order. Said and quiet again. Lori G. Said hello Mark. John 123 Canada 42. Said hey WYOBT Susan Deborah Joe Mark Andy Gary Lauren G bro.
Dang it. I'm sleepy, man.
Andy C. Said howdy everyone. Lauren Order. Said I have a lot of people over here LOL. G bro. Said hello John 123. Lauren Order. Said hi John. WYOBT. Said hello Andy C. Susan S. or Biscuit. Said me too. Lori G. Said hi Andy C. Gary Watson. Said take a rest. Magnetic Connection
Yeah,
and
better.
Johnny BK20
Have to hit the
said
side.
better to be sleepy sitting than driving.
Right, no doubt. No doubt about that.
Semi Ernie said good evening everyone.
What's the matter? How you
Rick
doing?
said Bobby you have the off button bro.
Yeah.
G bro said hello Semi Ernie. Lauren Order said hey Ernie. WYOBT said hiya Semi Ernie. Susan S. or Biscuit said hey hey Ernie. Rick said hey Ernie. Gary Watson said hi it's Semi Ernie. CW Tershark said if Lauren was truly in Florida she would know they are referred to as palmetto bugs, period. Lori G
Yeah, that's what she
said
called
hi
him
Ernie.
a few days ago.
John 123 Canada 42 said hey Ernie. Lauren Order
She informed
said, Shark,
everybody
I do
of
know
that.
Semi Ernie said TKS everyone. G Bro said I just want to know where Bert is now.
I don't know. Don't try to church it up.
Lauren
A cockroach
Order
is a cockroach.
said LMAO.
Don't matter what you call it.
Edward S said is this Locies or Pilot? D.I. Lasso D.O. said drowning the rubber ducky.
It's a
Edward S
They got a
said
Wendy's here.
loves.
No,
Bo Hill
it's
said L cannot believe it Bobby truck is not moving. You must be very tired. LM with you. Get a little rest. Semi Ernie
it's a toot and
said
totem.
that's not cool. Buddy Reed said I never saw that informed posting. CW Tershark said Lauren LOL. Lori G said hello Bo to you and your dad. Susan S. or Biscuit said they are just known as big a cockroaches here LOL. John 123
The rest of the
Canada
world just
42
calls them cockroaches.
said hey Falasso. Lauren Order said Shark you must not have been here when I called them palmetto bugs the other day.
Yeah, that's what I was
Lori
saying.
G
She called them
said face blue smiling Susan.
palmetto bugs the other
Gary
day.
Watson
That's what my uncle used to
said
call them.
Semi Ernie wished Judy the best with her
So it's a
surgery.
goddamn cockroach, man.
CW Tershark said Bobby Ernie got a lot of thumbs up today.
Heck yeah.
Bo Hill
Right on, man.
said thanks so much.
I went in there for a
D.O.
few minutes and give it a
said,
thumbs
"Hey,
up. I
John."
didn't get to sit in there very long.
Susan
But
S. or Biscuit said hiya Bo. Edward S. said breakfast baconator with 2 extra eggs.
heck yeah.
WYOBT
I'm having a breakfast
said
baconator
hello
tomorrow.
Bo and Bo's dad.
I've been wanting one
Lauren
for a while,
Order
for a few days.
said same thing different name Shark LOL. Buddy Reed said a loud flying cockroach. D.I. Lasso D.O. said they're flying roaches to me. Where's my tennis racket? Deborah Warner said yucca cockroaches. Semi Ernie said TKS Gary she goes in for surgery 9 a.m. Appreciate you Gary.
9 in the morning?
CW
Dang it,
Tershark
hope everything goes well.
said all the best to Mrs. Semi. G Bro said do cockroaches really fly? Deborah Warner said oh I didn't know that I did hear something like that but I wasn't really listening. Bo Hill said no bugs. One Scuba Dude said hi there John 123. Lauren Order said yes G Bro. Jay at Orlando said hey chatbot. What's your name? D.I. Lasso D.O. said yep G Bro.
What's the chatbot's
Lori
name?
G said Ernie I hope all goes well for Mrs. Judy. Deborah Warner said I think we had one bug that made it with a Florida bug and an Illinois bug together and I'm telling you that wasn't fun to deal with LOL. D.I. Lasso D.O. said face fuchsia tongue out. CW Tershark said Ernie glad they are not waiting. WYOBT said my name is Meg Y. James Ewing said don't you hit IT. James Ewing said LOL. Susan S. or Biscuit said best wishes for Mrs. Judy. D.I. Lasso D.O. said her name is Meg, as in shut up Meg. Deborah Warner said I had pancakes, bacon, and eggs for dinner tonight, and then we had jello. John 123 Canada 42 said hey one scuba dude James. Craig Cooper said Bobby sound again you just played. Semi Ernie said TKS to all, that's very awesome of you and Gbro SMH. Richard Bishop said hello Bobby, Susan S. and Lori G. James Ewing said Semi Ernie yo. Deborah Warner
Richard, how you doing?
said yummy, 2 prayers go to you. Geo79 said hello Semi Aaron. Jay at Orlando said hey, this is Meg. I need a day off. Deborah Warner
Meg don't
said
take
hey
days
Bobby,
off.
that was in my ear and I felt the screen this time lol.
Dang
Susan
it.
S. or Biscuit said hey Richard Jeetsy tonight. Soul Dasher Joni said hey, in freaking pain here.
Dang it, Johnny,
Brent
take a pain
Connor
pill.
said are you done for the night?
Yeah, I'm done
John
for the night.
123 Canada 42 said that really funny when Meg was saying shut up to everyone. Lori G
Yeah.
said Richard, it's about time. People hugging Jeetsy. Richard Bishop said howdy Semi Ernie. King of Fix 7 said hey Richard. James Ewing said I just went live almost 15 minutes ago lol. John 123 Canada 42 said hey Jay. Soul Dasher Joni said I did not really working. Susan S. or Biscuit said hiya Jay. Lori G said Joni, I hope you feel better soon. John 123 Canada 42 said hey Joni.
Alright, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. I am sleepy.
King of Fix 7
Sleepy.
said FFRTTEEET crop duster. CW Tur Sharp said Meg takes time off when she darn well wants to, in case you have not noticed. One Scuba Dude said heck I live every day thank goodness.
Right.
Rick said Bobby good night. Amber said have a wonderfulish night Bobby regulators and misfits. Edward S said Meg is suffering chief.
Uh-oh. Chat, you are done.